Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Teen Wolf. And before I start talking about this episode, just have a little update. I actually have a pilot for Star-Crossed, obviously the episode 1. So if you want to go check that out, that is on Comic Frontline. I did this week. Please tell me what you thought, and that'll be annotated. And subscribe to Comic Frontline if you're not subscribed. But let's talk about Teen Wolf. This episode has a lot of aftermath of Styles being the Dark Kitsune. I know I'm not saying that right, but the way you actually pronounce it is kind of hard to say. So I'm just going to call it the Dark Kitsune. I think that's pretty close. Because he is possessed, and we don't know who the real Styles is. Like, is this the real Styles we're following throughout the whole episode? We'll find out in the end if it is. And he's doing all these crazy things. Coach gets stabbed by an arrow. Isaac gets shocked by electricity, which is really weird if you just saw my Being Human review. Someone else just got shocked by electricity also, so two shows at one being shocked by electricity. That's kind of funny. But anyways, there are a lot of people getting hurt here, and this is powering up the Dark Kitsune. And this Styles is just saying, no, I swear I'm Styles, I'm not doing any of this. Like, he's upset. But in the end, we find out it was the Dark Kitsune tricking Scott and saying, oh yeah, I was the Dark Kitsune. And I just want to say, Dylan O'Brien's acting deserves a clap, a round of applause. I loved his acting, his diverseness, and he was great as the Dark Kitsune in the end. So, loved that. Great acting for this, you know, for Styles to be something different. We get to see the joking side of Styles, and now we're seeing that dark side of Styles. So great acting on that part. So that's pretty much the Styles story. We get to see Kira. She's exploring a little bit more about what it means to be a Kitsune. And her parents are hiding something. They know stuff about the Kitsune, but they're not telling her what's going on with them. We don't know. And then we have a Lydia and Allison story where Lydia is exploring a little bit more about what a Banshee means. And Peter obviously needs Lydia's help and has the claws of his sister. And she finds out that Peter has a daughter, which Lydia does not say exactly who the daughter is. Allison and Lydia find out in the end it's Mally, the Coyote Girl, which I actually didn't remember her name, and I had to search during, like, the commercials. I'm like, Mally, I know I've heard that somewhere, and it is the Coyote Girl. And I was like, whoa, like, I knew they were gonna use her, and I was like, oh, they can't just leave her like that and not have a story with her. They totally had a story with her, and I can't wait to see that, because I was actually looking forward to seeing more of the Coyote story, because I thought it was really interesting to see this girl was a coyote for all these years, and we haven't seen her interact with anybody. I thought she was going to be in the high school, because I thought that would be interesting, something, again, interacting with other people. But Peter being the father, now that is going to be pretty interesting for the rest of the season. Love that story. One of my favorites for this episode. That's pretty much what happens in this episode. Really, really cool. Now, I'm just going to talk about the problems I had. There are not a lot of problems, but I feel like they're just kind of plot holes in a way. Because if I remember correctly, the last episode ended with Styles just saying, hey buddy, I'm Styles. So how the hell did Scott find out that Styles was the Dark Kitsune? Like, how Styles is doing all this? Like, I don't get how he found that out. If you guys know in the comments below, you could tell me. And also, I thought the opening scene was a little bit weird. Maybe because it was the kind of weird special effects with the wire going everywhere. And Isaac just landing in a puddle and just standing there. And he's like, what? And then he gets electrified. Like, it's kind of stupid that he did that. So honestly, the only thing I didn't really like about this episode was the opening scene, but everything else made up for it. And I was a little, like, scratching my head, like, how the hell does Styles, you know, how the hell do they know about Styles? So that was a little bit of a plot hole. But maybe not me, I just don't remember correctly. But again, the opening scene just didn't flow right for me. But still, there was great action in this episode, some great shockers, and I thought they spread out the characters pretty well with this episode. And it was a Styles episode, so if you love Styles, I love Styles. It's not really Styles, but it's really cool to see his character develop a little bit more. And then we get to see Deedon in the end, and we'll see if this cure helps Styles, and it seems like this story is just really progressing very well. And again, still having great character interactions at the same time. But still, my favorite part of this episode has to be with Lydia and Peter. I was looking on Twitter, the sass in that room was on, you know? They're sassing away with each other, and it's always interesting to see those two characters interact since season 2, really, when Lydia was going crazy and she didn't know why she was going crazy, and Peter was there to help. So really hope we get to see those two interact even more, and then even the mother interacting with Peter. Hopefully we get to see a little bit more of Lydia's mom, because one thing I love about Teen Wolf is their usage of the parents, and hopefully Lydia's mom could join in with Melissa and Sheriff Stilinski. So I would definitely like to see that, because the parents are awesome in this show. So, also great to see Allison and Lydia interact with each other a little bit more. We didn't really get to see that in 3B that often. I love their friendship. So, really cool episode. And the tense was on here. There's a lot of scenes where you're like, what's going to happen next? A lot of scenes you're on the edge of your seat. So, one great thing about Teen Wolf is that suspense. They had it on. So, again, the only complaint I had was really the opening scene, and everything else was great about this episode. And really looking forward to some plots that and some seeds they really planted in this episode. The story arc was greatly progressed, and character development was great here too. So good episode. Looking forward to the next episode of Teen Wolf. Of course, I'll have another review next week. Tell me in the comments below what you thought. And guys, if you are not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and their end situations. And don't forget to like my Facebook page. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.